about the how we send the data and how we validate our data. Means in our data, if any blank value, I'm just checking the blank values and showing one message. This is you can call this a validation. Okay, okay, Kushi, this is called validation. If we are checking a blank value or wrong value, how we check the wrong value also we will discuss in our future session. In our today's session or on our last session, we just discussed about how we check blank value. Means we are validating our input text. If text box says is if the text box is blank, then we are showing a message, nothing else. Okay. Now we will just I'm just going to create a new pages. Okay. Today we are going to discuss about the login page, a logic behind the login page. Okay, Kushi, just tell me what you understand with the login page. Okay, another which page? A secure page. You can say the secure or not. Yeah. So we have to enter two or more string, or you can say two or more information to log in. Generally, we use two information: username and password, or email ID and password. Okay. This uh, one second. I'm just using two pages. Two pages. I just created two new pages: klogin.php and kwelcome.php. Okay, Kushi. I just created two new pages in our folder. Now, within this, I'm just creating a HTML form which have two input boxes, one for username, second for password, and one button, a submit button. Sorry, hello. No, it is. Yeah, yeah, it is not necessary to write this. Okay, it is not necessary. It just give the information of our compiler to which type of document our compiler will going to compile. Okay, if you use this or you can't use it, doesn't matter. Okay, now what I have done, I created a HTML page or the a structure of HTML. Within the body, same form tag. Within the form tag, use some keywords. You can see the property of form tag, action. In the action, I just give the keyword which we have created dot php. Okay, this is action. We have to use one method also. These are the property of our form tag. Okay, Kushi? Yeah, we already discussed about the form tag. What is the form tag? Form tag is a, you can see the container. It contains our different input tags or any other tags. Okay. Within this, I just use a text box for username. How we just use the text box, how we create the text box, Kushi? See how we create the text box with input tag and type equals, sorry, yeah, text box, simple text box with the input tag, and we have to write type equals to text, and we have to give one name to identify that text box. Okay, why we are giving name? I just give username. So you can give any name, whatever you want. You can give any name. Okay. Is there any problem? Any query? Now for the next text box, I'm using password section. Type equals to text. Okay. And name, you can give any name. Okay, PW. I just use a BR tag for break the line. Use one button. How we get the button? Kushi? How we get the button? Tell me. I will need a submit button. Oh, how we get the submit button? See, we already discussed about the submit button. How we get the submit button? Yeah, if I type the button, then also we get a button. But if we want to the submit button, we have to type the submit. Type equals to submit. What the point? Kushi? I'm giving the name also of this button. Means login. Just give the name login, and the value. Why I'm giving the value? Value is just show on our button on the browser. I will show you login. Now let's see the result in our browser. What is the name of our page? Login. Okay. Now, yeah, I get a username, password, two text boxes, and one submit button. Whenever I click on the submit, our action tag of our form tag, action property of our form tag will redirect us to kwelcome.php. Why? Because we just use the same name in the action property. Okay, Kushi, is there any confusion? Because we already discussed about it. No confusion? Okay. Now, why we use this login value equals? This is also a property value equals. If I didn't use the value, then let's see. Then it will just print into here in this login button. It will just print default text for submit or nothing. Okay, it will print nothing. Why we use login? To just show the value into button. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear or not? Yeah. Now let's move ahead. So this is our simple login form. You can see the simple login form. Now if I just click on this, is I'm just entering any username and password. Then if I click on this, if our username and password is correct, means we will check with the one hard coded. Means if we just set one condition, means if username equals to Govin and the password is also equals to Govin, then only it will be logged in. Otherwise, it will show username or password is not correct. Okay, Kushi, got the requirement? You got the requirement or not? Yeah. Now, before that, I want to tell you something. In our password section, you generally see that in our password section there is no visible text in every website. Whatever you see in the Facebook, this is our username. You can say this is our username. It is visible, but when you enter the password, it is comes in hidden format or it's the password format. You can say the password format. So let's see how we do that in our coding or in our website. If you are using input type equals to text, in place of text, you just change password. Then let's see the result. One second. Yeah, this is our page. Now, username is visible. Yeah, we need the visible username. But if you are entering password, now it is coming in hidden format, or you can say the password format. Okay, Kushi, how we do that? With just changing the property of our input tag, the type property. Within the type property, we just entered in place of text, we just entered password. Is there any confusion? No confusion? Okay. Now let's move ahead. First thing is that I don't want to show, or you can say I don't want to just submit the blank values. I don't want to submit the blank values. Okay. Now let's just see, you know, welcome.php. In this page, I'm just starting the PHP tag, ending it. Which method we use in our form tag? A post method. Okay, a post method. So I have to use. I'm just create a variable $uname. You can get any name. You can give any name. It is user defined. Okay, dollar underscore post. Just remember the underscore. Okay, within the single quote, just give the name. What we give here? What we give here? Name of our text box. First text box. What is our name? Username. Okay. Now, if you give the name here, you will get the value of first text and second $pwd equals to dollar underscore post. Post should be in capital also, and you have to use the underscore brackets within the single quote. The name of our password text box. What is the name? Kushi? PWD. The name of our second text box. Yeah. Now, what we have done till now, we just capture or we just receive the value of first text box and the second text box. Nothing else. Now, I don't want to just print, or you can say I don't want to just check the condition is username or password is correct or not. Before that, I want to check is the username password is blank or not. So same coding, whatever you have done. If dollar use uname, I use the uname. Okay, equals to blank, double equals to blank, and I'm just using one condition only. Means if one of these is blank, then it will show please enter username and password. Okay, use just to remove our some codes, nothing else. can check in two condition also, but I'm checking in only one condition. And giving the message means message for both condition. Blank, then it will show just a message. What is the message? I'm just echoing. Please enter username and password. Okay. So if I just use, let me show you, blank username and password. If I click on, I get this message. If I use one of them, but means I'm using the first username but not using the password, then it should be give. Okay, sorry, I have to use or. Yeah, if both of the condition is true, then only show this message. But my requirement is if any of one condition is true, then also it will show the same message. Okay, means if any of one condition is true, then it will execute if part. Okay, Kushi. So now let's see once again. If I'm using the first username but not using password, yeah, please enter username and password. One only, I want to show only one message. Okay, nothing else. If I'm not using the username but using the password, then it will please enter username and password. Same condition will call every time. Okay, if I just use the username and password also, if I use both, then output will be blank. So she tell me why it is blank. Why it is blank showing? Because it is not going in this if condition. Okay, because this if is not true, means we are using both the username and also and password. So it is not true, then it will not go to this condition, so it will go to further code. There is nothing, so there is nothing, we didn't echo anything, so we are getting blank. Okay, now else, we can use else also. Do you remember that? Yeah. Okay.
देखना पड़ेगा कि जो सिल्वर स्ट्राइक का सीएमएस जो कोड के लिए यूज करता है वो कहाँ पर वीडियो केसेस को जो सिल्वर स्ट्राइक में से पहले देखना चाहिए तो यूजर को पता नहीं जो कोड वेरी कहाँ पर है इस टाइप से वो रिलेशन है और ना तो कोई आईडी से मेंटेन है डेटाबेस में फील्ड्स अवेलेबल है लाइक वो जो कि फील्ड कॉलम्स हमारे एक्सटर्नल क्लास वाले कंट्रीब्यूटर डिफरेंट रिलेटेड आइटम तो हमारे एंजिन में वो चीज दिखती है लाइक न्यूज आर्टिकल बोलता है तो वो दिखता है तो बट रिलेशन कैसे मेंटेन हो रहा है दोनों टेबल में वो चीज मेंटेन वो क्लियर करना है तो बाकी सारे के साथ में तो कर दिया डाउनलोड मैंने एक्चुअली तो वो तीन वाले कॉलम के लिए थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा यहाँ पर जो अक्सर डाउनलोड करते हैं वो देख लेता हूँ ठीक है ठीक है
resume the video. Here is our coding. Yeah, here is our coding. What we have done, we just check is our username and password is blank or not. If it is blank, one of those is blank, then it will show this message, because we use just or operator in between two conditions. Okay, did you get the point, Kushi? You already know the working of or operators. Okay, now in the else condition we will check. Within the else, what we will check, we are going to check the username and password. Why? Because we have the username and password both. Then only we will go to else condition. Okay, Kushi? Yeah. If we have username and password, then only we will go to else condition, because we use the or operator. Means if both of the condition is false, then only it will execute else part. Okay. Now within the else, let's see the code. Within the else also we can use the if else. This is nested if else. It would be the nested. We can use if else condition within any if or within any else. Okay, we are going to use one more if else condition, if, and after this if else also. Okay, after this if, I'm going to use a else this condition. Means I'm going to use this within an else. This is our super else, and after, within the super else we are using one if else, one more if else. Okay, Kushi, is there any confusion? We can use this, means we can use nested if else. This is called the nested if else, not the else if. Okay, no, yeah, we are going to put the code, but we are using like that. Yeah, there is a code, but we will use the conditions else part, we will echo some message, nothing else. But I'm just trying to say that I can use one more if else within the else part, or we can use only if also within the any else or any if. Means we can use nested if else. Did you get the point? This is nested or not, as in the condition of our for loop. We what we see in the nested loops, for loop within one for loop, so it is called the nested. So this, you can say the also the nested if else. Means within the if or within the else we are using one more if else. Okay, okay, Kushi, is there any confusion? Let's see the conditions within the if and else, nested if and else. Okay, so we have the value. Okay, then only we will just execute else part. If we have both the values, then I'm just checking hard coded value dollar uname is equals to hard coded value. Means let's see the Khushi. If the username is Khushi and operator, means both the condition has to be true, then only it will just enter to our website, otherwise it will just show a message. And username equals to Khushi and password dollar $pwd equals to also Khushi, then only it will show the welcome message. So echo welcome. Okay, otherwise it will show username or password is not correct. So I'm just echoing username and password is not correct. Okay, what I have done, I just check the condition, is the username and password equals Khushi or not. You can check any with any value. This is called the hard coded value. Okay, this is hard coded or not, means you can check any value with any value. But if you didn't change this, so it will always check with the Khushi. Let me show you. Get the more. I just refresh this. Now, if you enter Khushi is correct and Khushi also in password. I just entered Khushi also in password and try to log in. Yeah, welcome. It's showing a welcome message. Otherwise, see the other condition. Otherwise, if I'm not entering the right value, then username and password is not correct. Okay, Kushi, is there any problem with this code? No problem. Sorry, I didn't get you. Yeah, yeah, this blank within the if, like this, like this. You will get the error. Oh, okay. Don't write any name. So every time you will get your username and password is not correct. Why? Every time you get the username and password is not correct. Whenever you have the value and it is checking is our username is blank or password is blank. Blank means no value. But we just check in our if condition, same thing. If we have the blank blank, then it will show the please enter username and password. So it will not execute the else part. This is the else part of our first if. This is the else part or not. So it will always, if you just use any username password, let me show you, I'll explain you now. In this condition, means you are entering, if you don't enter anything, then it will execute first condition, please enter name, username or password, means first a if condition, first if condition. Okay, now if you are just entering values within the username and password, then it will show username and password is not correct. Why? Because it is not blank, so this condition will not true. This condition will not true, so it will show always, it will execute else part. You get the point, Kushi? Why it is showing every time? Every time means whatever you have entered doesn't matter. Every time it will show the same message. Username password is not correct. If you are not using any value, then it will give you a error message or validation message. You can say that please enter username and password. Okay, so when this condition is true, when we are not using username and password, it means we are just using blank, but we just already checked that condition blank. Whenever we got the blank, just echo this, else part will not execute, else part will not execute, so this code will not execute. We just every time we see this message. Okay, Khushi, tell me the confusion. Is there any confusion? No confusion? Now, let's simplify the code. This is the nested if else. Now, just assume that I'm not checking the blank. Okay, I'm not just validating our inputs. It will, I'm just simple thing. Okay, I'm not validating anything right now. Okay, Khushi. Now, if our username and password is correct, okay, then it will show our welcome message. Otherwise, it will show the username and password is not correct. Right now, this is the condition. I'm not checking the blank values, so it will didn't show any validation message. Means if we are Khushi in username and password is wrong. Okay, password is wrong, then username and password is not correct, and also using Khushi in password section also. Then it will just say the welcome. You got the point? A simple if else. Okay, Khushi, is there any problem? No problem, because we are just simply checking if the username is equals to Khushi and the password is equals to Khushi, then only it will just show echo welcome. Otherwise, it will just show the error message. Now, my requirement is whenever I just click on the wrong username and password, I just entered wrong username and password. Then what the Facebook does, Facebook just give me or you can say just redirecting me to the same page. It's redirecting me to the same page. Means again I'm just using wrong username and wrong password, then it will just redirect password net may enter in the correct forward and password means the same page. Okay, so this is my requirement. Means if the username and password is not correct, then I have to redirect back to our first page. Means klogin.php. What is the name of our first page? This is our kwelcome.php, our secure page, and this is klogin.php. Okay, Kushi. Now my requirement is if whenever I entered the wrong username and password, I don't want to see. Yeah, now I'm getting one error message. Yeah, it is good, but I don't want to redirect it to this page. I want to just redirect back to our first page, the login page, and I want to show this text box again. Okay, you got the requirement, Khushi? Yeah, this is my requirement. Now, for that, we have to see one variable, one inbuilt function. We have to use one inbuilt function which will redirect us from one page to another page. We see one method in action property. In form tag, it will also redirect us, but we have one function in PHP. In where in PHP, a inbuilt predefined function. Okay, let's see the working of that function. It's called the header. Within the single quotes, we use the location. I will explain you and login.php. Let me show you it is redirecting back or not. Then I will explain this function. Now I just refresh this. If I am entering just wrong username, enter correct username but wrong password, then I will on the same page. I'm not showing you. Yeah, I'm not getting the error message. Why I'm not getting the error message? I will describe you. Means even if we have if yeah even we have the echo error message. If even we have the error message, but we don't see that error message. We have not, because we just redirected back to our first form. We are not getting any error message, but we are redirecting back to our login page. So this is my requirement or not? Yeah, I want to redirect back to our first page only. Okay, did you understand the working of our pages or not? I will explain you what is the header this function, what is the this function, and why our message is not coming. I will explain both the things. Just tell me, did you get the working or not till now in our, yeah, browser view? You get the working whenever you enter the wrong username and password, or username wrong username or wrong password, then it will redirect back. If you enter correct, let's see the correct. If you enter correct username and password, you will get the welcome message with, yeah, this is our welcome file, kwelcome.php. Okay, Kushi, is there any confusion why we are redirecting back or why we are getting this welcome message? Now, is there any confusion? Just 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 I will explain these two things. Any other confusion except with these two things? Kushi? Okay. Now let's just discuss about this function first. I will explain you why we are not showing the error message. This is one predefined inbuilt function. You have to write somewhere a header. This is the keyword, and it is also a word that will not change header location within the single quotes. Yeah, you can see the single quotes. Within the single quotes location, this is the colon, means shift plus semicolon. This is the colon, and our this is our file name. You can use any file name, whatever we the name, but it should be present on our folder. Okay, Khushi, this is one of a inbuilt or predefined function of PHP, predefined function of our PHP. Okay, it used to just redirecting us from one page to another page. This is a function provided by PHP, used to redirect from one page to another. One page means current page. Okay, from current page to another means whatever you give the name in this section. If you change the name, then it will redirect to that page. Okay, I use the comment means I commented the code, and I can use this comment to just describe the code, what the code is exactly working, what is the working of the code. Okay, why we use this function, I can write here. This code will not execute. Why? Because I just comment this code. Okay, so this is our header. Within the single quotes you have to use location, and this is the semicolon. Just concentrate on the definition or the structure of this function. This is the semicolon. Okay, means we have to use single quotes. Let me show you. Whenever you just write, you have to use the single quotes. Within the single quotes you have to write the location. After location you have to use a colon symbol, not semicolon. Semicolon means this is the semicolon. If you use with the shift, then this is the colon symbol. Okay, Kushi. Now after this you have to use the file name k welcome. Oh, sorry, Klogin. I want to log in. I want to just redirect it back to our login page. So I am using Klogin. Okay. Is there any problem, Khushi? Is there any confusion, yeah, or any query till now? Yeah, yeah. You got the point. If I didn't write the PHP, then it will show me a 404 or not found error. See, if I'm not using correct username or correct password, then I'll just redirect it or not found error. Okay, I have to use .php also. So tell me, is there any confusion, Khushi? Any query regarding header function, header location, colon? Just, just if you want to just remember all the functions, all the main function means you can't just by hearted all the functions, or you can say all the working of all the function. You can't by hearted, but you have to know about the some function, some main or other important function of PHP. You have to know the working of that function. You can just create one doc file, means a word file, or you can write in our notebook or anywhere. Okay, so please just give me the working, or just like this means I'll just use the redirect from one page to another page. A simple, a one line definition. If I use why, if I give you the why we use dollar underscore post, dollar underscore post, okay, within the brackets, in the name of tag, name of tag, HTML tag. Okay, we should use the name of tag here. Why we use this function or this global variable, Khushi? To capture the value of input or tag or HTML tag. HTML tag. Is that correct or not, Khushi? Yeah. We use this name of tag means I just mention. Nee, I'm just giving you an example, nothing else. I'm not capturing any value. Yeah, I'm giving you example that you have to write this kind of thing in your one file or in notebook. Means you, let's see, you have one, let's see, this is one file or one text file. So you have to just all the things, all the working of important whatever you have learned today, just give here or save it here. Important function. Okay, you can use .txt file, any extension. If you want to open the in the MS Word, Microsoft Word, you can use a txt file. Okay, okay, Kushi. I'm just telling you how to remember, but you can't remember all the function, but you have to remember working of some main function. This is our one, This is our second. Let's see the second header location. This is, you can say, the file name with extension dot extension ext. Okay, this is just a example, or you can say this is just a definition of our function, and the working one line definition, nothing else. So you will just know, or you can just understand or remember all the things, all the working of the function. You have to just note that out in some place. You can note that in also any notebook with pen, or you can note these functions, whatever you learn, whatever you have learned new. If you learn any new function, you have to note that out. Okay. Yeah. So I need, tomorrow it is your assignment. uh, Create one file, one word file. You can create one word file. How you create a word file, let me show you. If you create right click new, or a Microsoft Office Word document, you can create, or you can give the name functions. Okay, so just double click on this, it will open a blank file. Nothing is there, a blank page. Okay, Kushi. Now if you want to just save it, just save you. If you want to save anything into this file, just copy and paste it. Okay, you can use the notebook and pen also. You can just save it to any one file in your folder also, but you have to save somewhere. Okay, so tomorrow you will give me definition about some functions. Let's see. um, Printf, what the printf do. Okay, and implode function, what the implode do. Explode function, and which function we have learned. Explode, and some important function we have to, some important functions. Dollar underscore post is, yeah, you can just save dollar underscore get also. Dollar underscore get give the information. Dollar underscore get is the same. Just write down the dollar underscore get also. Okay, used to redirect, sorry, one second, just capture the value from HTML tag, nothing else, the same. But if you using the get method, then you have to use this. These all are PHP predefined function. Okay, or do you remember any important function, Kushi? Any other important function? Sorry. Any PHP predefined function, whatever we have learned. Input. These are the coding of input type. You're saying input type. These are the coding of HTML. Okay. This, okay. These are the PHP functions. Okay. Just use these. Just give me the information about these three functions. only. Okay, you understand what you have to do? Just one in one place keep all the definition. In the one place keep the definition of all the functions. Okay, whatever we have learned today, what we have learned today, we have learned about the header location. Please note it down anywhere what the header location do. Just in if you just revise once, you will just know about the what the header location do. Okay, just give me information about these three also. All, not all the functions, but you have to write the information on in some important function. Okay, means I, okay, just give me detail about these three functions, what these three functions do, or you can say what is the working of these three functions. Okay, printf, implode and explode. This is your task. Okay, now could you tell me, do you understand about our login page or not? Means if you are not using correct, then it will redirect you back to login page. Means we are not in the welcome page, welcome kwelcome.php, Khushi and Khushi, then it will, yeah, got a welcome message because of our coding. Means if we are getting the Khushi and Khushi, then it will show the welcome message, otherwise it will just redirected us to login page. But if we are echoing the message that username and password is not correct, wrong, but it will not display to our browser. Let me show you. If I'm using a wrong, okay, I just entered the wrong password, it will just redirect it back to. So why it is not showing? Because we just echo that message in which file, welcome.php, but we are just redirected back to klogin.php. That's why you can't see that message. Okay, Kushi? Yeah. Now this is our simple condition of login, nothing else, a simple condition. Is there any confusion? Now that's it for today's session, but in tomorrow's session we will discuss about how we check the same condition in, I want to check this condition in this page, means in our login page only. Okay, and now right now what I'm doing that I'm checking the condition in kwelcome.php, this page. Where I'm checking the condition, Kushi, in the kwelcome.php. Okay, so my requirement is I want to check the condition in the same page. Okay, that we will see in our next session, how we check the condition of username and password is not correct or not in same page, how we check the in the same page. Okay, okay, just revise all the things for tomorrow and just keep a note. If you find any other important function, just note it down and save in some place. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, just give me, means just try to find out what these function do. Print what the print underscore f do, just printing whatever we are enter into this function, it will just print. If we enter if we just pass any variable, it will print the value of that variable. If we pass array type of variable, it will print the value of array type variable. Means what the printf do, just print the values or message. Implode, we already see the implode function. What the implode do, what the explode do. Try to just find out what the implode and the explode do. Okay, okay Kushi, just give me about these three information about these three variables. Okay, now just I'm just stopping today's session here.